Are you someone who has a tightly packed schedule? I'm talking minute by minute, second by second, and it's just thinking, how on earth can I stay fit while working around my busy schedule? Well, stay tuned, my friend, because in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can achieve exactly that. Crew members, welcome back to the channel, friends. How you doing today? It's always good to see you here once more. If this is your first time here on this channel, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications, because if you're new to body training calisthenics, then this is your home of body and strength training. So make sure you hit that button and turn that bell so you don't miss a single video. Right, so as you're watching this video, I'm assuming that, such as myself, pretty much all of my clients and, the majority of the population, although bodyweight training is based on gymnastic strength training, almost like 95% of us don't actually have time to train like an Olympic gymnast, right? We have priorities, we have busy work lives, we have busy working schedules, right? So ultimately, we don't have time to work out 6-7 days a week, 2+ hours, right? If anything, it's literally the complete flip side, right? And so with that said, what I'm going to do is give you 3 simple steps in regards to training, nutrition, and recovery. So ultimately, you can build the body you desire without, having to literally sacrifice your life as a whole. Does that sound like a plan? Awesome. So starting out with training, really what I found that works best, whether you have time, a lot of time or not, is really focusing on 3 intense workouts a week on non-consecutive days. And so I'm talking, as an example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and really focusing on these workouts, on the big full body movements, the multi-joint exercises that work multiple muscles at the same time. Because when you do, the hardest exercises that, no one else can be bothered to do, you are ultimately going to gain the best results, because this is how you can ultimately get as strong as possible each and every workout and burn the most calories, so you can build as much muscle and lose as much fat as you'd like. And so with bodyweight training, I'm talking about push-up variations, pull-up variations, squat variation, core variations, exercises which get your whole body movement in synergy so you can gain the most results. And in regards to how you can structure this into a routine, there's quite a few ways you can do this. If you're working out 3 times a week with an extremely busy schedule, and that could be full body 3 times a week on non-consecutive days, that could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What you could do as well is you can alternate between upper lower, so upper lower, upper lower, upper lower, right? Or what you can do as well is do a combination of the 2. So you do upper body one day, lower body the next day, and then have an even break so that you do full body on the 3rd workout of the week, and then repeat the cycle. Does that make sense? And then at the same time, in order to really get the most out of these workouts with little time, I'm talking like each workout being like 30 to 60 minutes, focus on getting stronger through progressive overload. And with progressive overload, that is adding reps each and every workout, and then eventually either adding weight, or in body weight terms, you want to focus on moving on to the harder exercise variation so you can get stronger. And in order to really get stronger, you have to focus on giving your body plenty of rest in between each exercise and each set, so you can really have the most energy to pour in to those full body movements so you can get the most out of your workouts. Are you still with me? Awesome. Now, as we've covered the training side of things, we're going to cover the nutrition side of things. And with that said, let me ask you a question. How important do you feel nutrition is for you? Not just in regards to building a healthy body, but if you're looking at work, right? Do you feel that you are going to perform optimally at work, right? If you are fueling your body with good quality nutrients, or fueling your body with, empty garbage type of calories, right? I'm assuming you said the former, right? Because that's the right answer. Assuming you said the former, right, which I hope you said so, right, because the answer is pretty obvious. But anyway, my point is that especially as a busy work professional, your health is so important for mental clarity, your physical health, your work, your family, your relationships. Everything starts with what is going on inside you. And so obviously I can talk a lot about the calories, the proteins, the carbs, the fats, all that good stuff, right? But ultimately, as the title of this video, you may be wondering, okay, I know how to eat healthy. How can I eat healthy based on a very restricted time frame? And so for me, I found that what really works best for me is, one way you can really do this is having a very simple meal plan and nutrition plan. So I'm talking having like day 1 and day 2. So on day 1, you eat a certain, certain type of meals that you really enjoy. And on day 2, you mix it up by having different types of meals that you really enjoy. And so from there, you just alternate between the two, so that you're not bored of eating the same meal every single day, but you're also eating in a way in which you can still enjoy it, you can still sustain it, and you're not in the kitchen for hours on end, right? And speaking of the kitchen, one thing you can also do is meal prep in advance. So meal prepping all your meals either once or twice a week, so that ultimately you can focus on less on nutrition as possible and focus on your main work priorities. And lastly, another thing which is very simple but we tend to forget is actually simply focusing on eating foods that are very easy to consume. I'm talking like type of pre-packed food, or basically things that it's very easy to pack, prepare and consume on the go, right? Whether you're eating at work, on lunch break or whatever. I'll probably make a video clip right here of like easy to pack, easy to consume foods, that whether it's pre-packed or organic foods like fruits, which obviously you don't need to prepare much for, foods that of course are still good, nutritious, that will fuel your body for optimal performance both in your fitness and your work, right? And of course make sure that you don't get too carried away with the pre-packed foods to the point where you're primarily consuming processed foods, right? That has its place from time to time, but ultimately focus on the foods that are going to fuel you for optimal performance. Again, the easier you can make your nutrition plan, the more time you're going to have to focus on what matters most in your work and your life as a whole. And last but not least, recovery. Again, let me ask you a question. Which one do you feel you're going to really adhere to most? Are you going to adhere to a plan where your training and nutrition is respectful of your time, so that it actually becomes a stress relief from your work and life? Or would you rather a plan that has you been in the kitchen for hours on end, working out almost every day for 1 to 2 hours, to the point where it actually becomes an extreme stressful part of your life, almost like a chore? I'm sure you would much prefer option A, right? And fortunately for you, you'll be glad to know that, of course, when it comes to building muscle and losing fat, the whole process of regrowing and repairing, right, comes from rest and recovery. And so highlighting with working out just 3 times a week, heavy, hard, so you have time to repair and recover, repairing and building your body through good nutritious whole foods, and then sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night. I usually say 7 to 8 hours because I personally feel pretty drowsy after 8 hours of sleep, but anyway, that's irrelevant. Focusing on really getting in that time where you are going to recover the most optimally, right? So again, when you wake up every day, you feel absolutely awesome to smash it at work, and then whether you work out before or after work, you also feel absolutely awesome and pumped to really get your body in the shape that you desire, right? Because if you let your sleep quality go down, everything else falls down. So I don't want that to be happening to you, my friend. Make sure you also have your sleep as a priority, so that all of your other priorities can stay in peak condition. Does that make sense? So again, to summarize with the training tips, the nutrition, the recovery, if you apply all these 3 steps on a consistent basis, then ultimately you are really going to be able to build muscle, lose fat, and sculpt a body you could be proud of, right? Without having to slip up or miss out on your fitness goals again because you were just following a plan that just couldn't really adhere to your busy schedule, right? So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, you like my content, you enjoy watching every single minute, every single second of this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below that this video came good hands you. Remember, as always, this video is only as valuable as your willingness and ability to take action, my friend. Action gets results. Indecision does not work for anybody. Excuses burn 0 calories. Put in the work, my friend, and you will see the results you desire. Until next time, keep moving forward, my friend.